Hey, Jimmy Brown from Guitar World here with another episode of String Theory and our series called I Got Rhythm, Part 22. Today's topic, we're going to look at 6/8 versus 3/4. Last time we learned about 12/8 meter, which is essentially the same thing as eighth note triplets and 4/4, right? Because eighth note triplets, you would count 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 12/8, you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Same feel, right? And we looked at some of the pros and cons of notating and or counting a song in 12/8 versus 4/4, which has much to do with the tempo and the feel, what the drummer's doing, right? And the chord changes, how quickly they're coming. In this lesson, I'd like to introduce and similarly compare two other widely used triplet-like meters, 3/4 and 6/8, and look at some examples of song styles, grooves, and tempos where one meter may be preferable to the other. Traditionally referred to as waltz time, like in a ballroom dancing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3/4 meter works the same way as 4/4 in terms of the subdivisions. Like you have quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes, but with one less beat per bar. So you technically, if you have eighth notes in 3/4, you only have 6 of them, right? Even though they still call them eighth notes, but 3 beats times 2 is 6. And you would only have 12 16th notes, even though we still call them 16th notes. So you would count quarter notes as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was 2 bars of 3/4. And you would subdivide the beats into eighth notes and 16th notes. Like eighth notes, you would go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and those are even eighths in 3/4. And 16th notes, a little slower, you go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a, just like in 4/4, but without the fourth beat. Some well-known examples of songs and compositions in 3/4 meter include, well, our U.S. national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Right, so it comes in on 3. There's a pickup. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1. You know how it goes, right? The Blue Danube, that famous Strauss waltz, composed by classical composer Johann Strauss II. That's when it goes. That's a classic example of, that is the Viennese Waltz, if you will. See, in the pop realm, Piano Man by Billy Joel. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. It's kind of felt in groups of, like 3-beat groups, like felt in one, as they say. Another good one, acoustic rock, Take It to the Limit by the Eagles. I think that's Capo 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. All alone at the end of the evening, and the bright lights have faded. That's a nice one. Another slow classic rock song with that kind of feel. Open Arms by Journey. That's definitely slower. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So now I come to you with open arms. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a rock rock waltz, power ballad rock waltz, if you will. Mr. Bojangles by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
I knew a man Bojangles and it danced for you. Won't I choose? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let me see a couple more here. The Beatles. John Lennon, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away.
Hey, you've got to hide your love away. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Another rock waltz. Acoustic folk rock waltz. And then, verse part to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Not the chorus. The chorus goes to 4/4, but the verse, it's like
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
6/8 meter works just like 12/8 or 3/4, but we only have 2 primary beats per bar instead of 4 as you would have in 12/8. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we would just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with an emphasis on 1 and 4. So it's kind of like triplets in 2/4 meter, which would be 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you could feel that all over one beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And some well-known examples of songs in 6/8 are Nothing Else Matters by Metallica.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right? Another example of a good 6/8 song, pop rock song, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. I believe Johnny Resnick played that Capo 7. And so it's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
Love that chord. D add 9, add 4, especially with the capo, it sounds really chimey up there. And another good example, classic, House of the Rising Sun by the Animals.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Echo the rising sun. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
That's a great one. We Are the Champions by Queen.
We are the champions, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, great 6/8 song. And one more example. This is an oldie, kind of showing my age. If You Don't Know Me By Now, originally recorded by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes back in the 60s, and later covered by Simply Red in 1980, very popular.
If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
Has a nice lilting thing where it just bounces, right, every 3 beats. And then you subdivide, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. Now, one could argue with merit that some of these songs may actually be in 3/4 instead of 6/8. I could just see people commenting and saying, no, man, that song's not in 6, it's in 3. And vice versa. Some of the ones I said were in 3 could be in 6/8, which is totally possible. Although I got to say, the Star Spangled Banner with that dun da da 2 3 1 2 dun da da has that dotted 8/16 march rhythm. that's definitely a 3/4. I mean, there's no mistaking that one, right? And it also has all those chord changes. So that's another factor. When you have a ton of chord changes, 3/4 is probably the way to go. But if you have like a slow blues or something where you're just hanging out on the one chord, 12/8 is probably better in that situation. And in many cases, it really comes down to your personal preference for counting or transcribing, if you're into that, or just reading a piece of music, and how frequently you want to tap your foot and see bar lines on the page. So there's no right answer, 3/4 versus 6/8 versus 12/8, you know? And yeah, the way the chords change, that's known as a harmonic rhythm, meaning the rate of chord change. So generally, if the chords change frequently, as I said a minute ago, 3/4 works best. And to compare, I'm going to show you figures 1A and 1B. I'm going to take a stock strum pattern with open chords, and I'm going to write it first here in 3/4 meter, and then again in 6/8.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Notice that the 6/8 version, while it has fewer bar lines, it uses eighth notes and 16th notes instead of the simpler use of quarter notes and eighth notes in 3/4. So the eighth notes become like the quarter notes in 6/8, and the 16th notes become the eighth notes. And the 16th note upbeats now serving as your and counts. So instead of counting
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
we're counting
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 1.
and you'll notice I included strumming prompts there. You have a phantom downstroke. In the second bar, you go
Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
That's an example of, you've heard me use the term pendulum strumming, where you keep the hand going and you kind of silently pass over the strings when you're going to hit just on the upbeat. And I also included my little all-purpose passing chord there, which is just works from any kind of open chord environment. Now you could also write that or count it in 12/8. It would just be one bar. So in figure 1, we had 4 bars of 3/4. In figure 2, we had 2 bars of 6/8. Now you could just have 1 bar of 12/8, and that would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1.
So even though we could write it in 12/8, as I did here in figure 3, in this particular case, I see no real benefit to having the entire phrase laid out in a single bar like that. I think the extra bar lines in the 3/4 version and the 6/8 versions definitely help with the readability by serving as kind of guideposts and beat markers. Again, the choice of whether to count and transcribe a song in 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 12/8 meter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, has a lot to do with the tempo, what the drummer's doing, and how often the chords change. So that's the scoop on 3/4, 6/8, and 12/8. I hope that makes sense and provides some use to you. Good luck. I'll see you soon.